Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namaha Pankajanaභaya Namaha Pankajamaline Namaha Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangrahe Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishashanyavadi Paschyata Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, welcome you all once again. And we'll continue our discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. And we have been discussing Canto 10, the Ashraya Tattva, where this is basically the shelter of all living entity. So, we have discussed on Friday about the other 5 marriages of Lord, and there we discussed a story about how Lord Kṛṣṇa, we discussed elaborately about how Kṛṣṇa married with Rukmiṇī Devi, and then also we discussed about others wives like Jambavati, then Satyabhama, and then Kalindi, Mitravinda, Nagnajiti, and Bhadra and Lakshmana. So Bhadra and Lakshmana are very shortly given, however discussed as much as we could do. So today we'll see how Lord Kṛṣṇa has, we all know that Lord Kṛṣṇa has 10,108 wives. So these are the 8 principal or primary wives which were discussed earlier, and today we'll see that 16,100 wives are there. Right. So I think I told 10,000. So it's 16,108. And then Parshit Maharaj asked a question. So at the end, Kṛṣṇa told that yeah. Just 1 second. Okay. So we'll continue discussing about this 16,100 wives today. And so Parshit Maharaj asked a question that how was Bhaumasura killed by Lord? Or Bhaumasura is also called as Narakāsura sometimes. And so please narrate the adventure of that story about the Lord. And then Sukadeva Goswami continues here stating that this demon, just 1 second. Am I missing something? Or I think we have covered till 58th chapter, I believe so. Well, where we discussed about, yeah, that's correct. We are continuing on same 59. Sorry for that. So at the last, Kṛṣṇa, actually Sukadeva Goswami told that, Lord Kṛṣṇa also acquired thousands of other wives, and then he killed Bhaumasura. So Parshit Maharaj asked the question that, could you please elaborately describe about these pastimes of killing Bhaumasura? So we're on the right page, right? So Sukadeva Goswami, he continues explaining, describing the story of adventure of Lord, how he killed Narakāsura. And so he said there was a demon named Bhaumasur, and he has stolen earrings of Indra's mother. So Lord Indra's mother's earring is being stolen by Bhaumasur. Also, and actually, Narakāsura also stole a couple of more things, like he stole Lord Varuna's umbrella, and also he stole, we discussed about this Bandachal Parvat, where they used to, on top, they used to discuss all these things. That also being uh, stolen by this Narakāsura. That is called as the playground of the demigods, which is known as the Mani Parvata. So that also being the top head of this being stolen by Narakāsura. And then Indra went to Kṛṣṇa and informed him that this has happened, that Bhaumasur has actually taken earrings of my wife, and basically, sorry, earrings of my mother, and she is the mother Aditi. So, and the Lord, he didn't go alone. He took wife Satyabhama, and he on his Garud, he went to Prayogastha Purva. So there he went with Satyabhama, and to for this adventure of killing all this Narakāsura, and getting the earrings of Mother Aditi, and also the other things which are stolen by Bhaumasura. And that city is being described that that city was kind of very opulent, and was completely surrounded by so many defensive plans this Bhaumasura has made. And this city is being surrounded, like, this has so many defensive walls consisting of hills, and many armies, even water, fire, and wind. And it's also been obstruction by Mura Pasha, that is a wire by Mura demon. So this all being, it's a basically kind of defense for all the city of Bhaumasura. And then Lord Kṛṣṇa, when he entered there, he started breaking all these plans or defensive areas one after other. And he says by using his club, Lord broke the rock wall, which was actually rock of hill, which was there as a protection for this city. And then with his arrows, he entered again by killing all these unmanned weapons. And then by his disc, he also conquered this fire, water, and wind. So that we discussed that this city was also been protected by the fire, water, and wind, and that has been taken care by Lord's disc. And then by his sword, he cut down all his Murapasa. Even it's Murapasa cable. We can see is like, sometimes we see this. Even our army people, they used to provide this all electric wires, so that just to protect these areas. That's one kind of Murapasa we can say as. So however, here it was Mura demon who has these cables surrounded the city. And then after breaking all these protective walls, defensive walls, Kṛṣṇa entered, and then he blew his conch shell. And that conch shell sound was actually very much terrifying, as if a thunder has came to the city. And this Mura demon, he has 5 heads, and he got up from his sleep as being disturbed by the blowing of Lord Kṛṣṇa's conch shell. And then this Mura demon, he started attacking Lord by his arrow and by trident actually. So, but Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, in fact, actually Mura, he attacked Garuda first. So Kṛṣṇa was riding in the Garuda, where he also had Satyabhama with him. So this Mura demon, through his trident, he attacked Garuda, but Lord Kṛṣṇa broke, or maybe we can say as made this trident into pieces by his arrow. And then Lord hits this Mura demon face with several arrows, and then Mura demon also he attacked back again with club, but again Lord Kṛṣṇa broke this club as well. Basically, there's a action of some weapons happened between Mura demon and Lord Kṛṣṇa, but at the end Lord Kṛṣṇa, he killed this Mura demon by his disc. So all these 5 had been chopped off. And then this will describe that when this head, the head of this Mura demon fell on the water after being chopped up by Kṛṣṇa's, it felt like it fell as if a mountain fell in a water. And then after that, this Bhomashur, by seeing this happening, he heard it, and then he ordered 7 sons of Mura. So there are 7 sons of Mura demon. They are being, ordered by Bhomashur to go and attack Krishna. And then the names were being given. And then, however, they all attacked Krishna with so many weapons like, swords, clubs, tridents, and others. However, Lord Krishna, just by his arrows, he cut down all these weapons, and they are all being sent to that. So everyone uh, died in the fight with Lord Krishna. And then this Asura, he comes to fight with Lord Krishna. This is called as, it's being has two names. It's called Narakāsura as well as Bhomashur. So this both refers to the same person. And he came to fight with Lord, and with his armies. And then even Lord destroyed all his armies just by his arrows. And then Bhomashur, he got frustrated in all attempts, and then he took up his own trident uh, to fight with Lord Krishna. He wanted to kill Krishna with his trident. And then again, Lord, made into pieces this trident as well by his chakra now. And after that, uh, Krishna cut his head of Bhomashur. Bhomashur head being chopped up again by Sudan chakra. And then he entered this to the arena where of the Narakāsura palace. And there it's been described that the goddesses of earth then approached Lord Krishna and presented him the earrings, Aditi's earrings. So this Narakāsura actually is also called as demon, son of mother goddesses, goddesses earth. So then after being killed, Lord Krishna being killed to Narakāsura, mother earth, she came, and then she given the earring of Aditi's, mother Aditi's. And then she also approached Lord Krishna and presented him a very glowing gold uh, garland with shining jewels. And she also gave him a flower garland. And so many jewels are being presented by this Mother Earth. And also that, Varuna's umbrella, that also being presented back. And also the peak of this Mandara Parvat. So all things which has been taken by Bhomashur, all are given back to uh, Lord Krishna. And then Mother Earth, she glorified Lord. She said that, no. And however, then after saying that, uh, she says that, you protect my son Bhomashur as well. And then he says he's approaching your lotus feet. So since you have removed the distress of all who seek your refuge, so please protect my son Bhomashur as well. And then Supreme Lord uh, bestowed fearlessness upon his grandsons. So even Bhaumasur's grandsons were there, and their protection being asked by Mother Earth to Lord Krishna. And then he entered this Bhaumasur place after giving fearlessness to this grandson of and sons of Bhaumasur. And then when he entered the place, it was actually completely of so many riches. It was so many opulent over there. And there were 16,000 royal maidens whom Bhaumasura has actually captured by no put them there by conquering so many various kings. That's by force. And however, when these 16,100 ladies, the maiden ladies, when they saw Krishna, in their mind, they each accepted Krishna as their husband. And they said that you had been brought here by destiny. So they choose Krishna as their husband, but in their mind. And by seeing Krishna, this all the princes, they mentally offered even their heart to the lotus feet of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. And after that, as requested by them, and Krishna understood their thoughts and the minds, and Lord Krishna accepted all of them as his wives. Even many devotees explain that these ladies, they come to Krishna and says, we have been kept by this Narakāsura here, and no one going to accept us when we go out in our family. So please, you are the one who can actually give shelter to us. And in this way, Lord Kṛṣṇa, he accepted all his wife. And then the Lord Kṛṣṇa had the princess and cleaned them very well. So they have all been cleaned. They have their spotless garments as well. And he sent everyone in palanquin to Dwarika. And then also after sending all these 16,000 hundreds the ladies who were there captured by Bhaumasura earlier to Dwarika, Lord Kṛṣṇa then went to give everything to Indra. That's all this mother's Aditi's earrings that was being complained by Indra earlier to Lord Kṛṣṇa. So he went to give the earrings of Mother Aditi. So there, Indra and his wife, they worshipped Kṛṣṇa, and also they worshipped Lord Kṛṣṇa's consort Satyabhama. And however, this Satyabhama, she uprooted one of these heavenly tree called as pārijāta tree. So she put it back on this Garuda, and then she actually desired to take this pārijāta tree from heaven to Dwarika. And however, it's been described by devotees that Indra, by seeing Kṛṣṇa coming here and giving this killing this Bhaumasura, he was happy, and he said, okay, kind of he was pleasure serving Lord Kṛṣṇa's lotus feet. But as soon as Kṛṣṇa desired to take something from him, like this pārijāta tree, and these all, even Indra and other Devatas, they started fighting with Kṛṣṇa. And they say, no, you cannot take it back from here. And however, Kṛṣṇa defeated everyone. And then Kṛṣṇa brought this pārijāta to Dwarika to please Satyabhama. And then Lord Kṛṣṇa, as already he has sent all the 16,100 these ladies to Dwarika, then Lord Kṛṣṇa expanded himself as many queens, like 16,100 expansion of Lord Kṛṣṇa himself, and then he married to these queens. So in this way, Lord Kṛṣṇa had 16,001, not 8 queens, and everyone has different palaces for everyone. And Kṛṣṇa used to expand himself into these many forms and enjoy this whole family life with them. Right. So that is how Kṛṣṇa has the capability or has this potency to expand himself in as many as form he wanted. So as if when he goes out from these palaces, he remain one, and when he enters the palaces, he expand himself to 16,108 forms. And every wife thinks that Kṛṣṇa is so dear to me, he comes to me first. So however, in this way, Kṛṣṇa pleases everyone. And also it's been described that these 16,100 wives who have been taken back from this Bhaumasura palace, they were actually earlier the sages in previous millennium, in Treta Yuga, and where Lord Ram came there, and all these rishis, they became captivated by seeing Lord Ram, and they wanted to associate with Lord Ram. And then Lord Ram told them, okay, in this life I am just eka pratnivata, so I'll have only one wife in this pastime, in this in Ram form. So however, I will please all of your desire. And these 16,100 rishis, they became the wife of Lord Kṛṣṇa in the pastime of this Dwapar Yoga. So that's why these 16,000 wives are actually, they are very, very elevated rishis. They have done so many austerities to get the lotus feet of Lord Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa, being pleased by them, he has provided this position to them. And that is how we know that Kṛṣṇa has these many wives. And also it's been described, I think we'll see it again earlier, next, that each wives, they had 10 sons. So Lord Kṛṣṇa has 10 sons from each of these queens. So from here we enter chapter 60, where Lord Kṛṣṇa has a loving pastimes with Mother Rukmiṇī or Rukmiṇī Devi. So once Rukmiṇī Devi was personally serving to Lord by fanning in her room, and it is being described that Queen Rukmiṇī's quarters were extremely beautiful, and it has so many, jewels and pearls. Even the jewels, they serve the room as if they are lamps, kind of things. So it was completely uh, beautiful. And then in the mood of joke, to tease her, Lord said something to her. He said that, your brother and father, they are finding so many powerful kings for you, and they were all kind of very influential, and they were all wealthy, they were all, have very physical strength as well. And also, but you reject everyone, and also you rejected this king of Chedi, and you just choose me as your husband. And also he said, we are, from this, we don't have this much opulent earlier, and we went away even by terrified by the kings. That's Krishna is actually teasing her. you know uh, when Jarasandh wanted to attack Krishna 18th time, Krishna fled away from there. So he's saying that, no, we are terrified by the kings, but and also because of their fear, we have taken a shelter in this place of Dwarka, and we are actually practically abandoned by our royal throne. So why did you accept us? And there is no comparison of these kings with us, and so on, just to tease Rukmani Devi. However, by hearing these words, Sukadeva Goswami explained that Rukmani Devi had thought herself specially beloved by the Lord because he never left her company. However, by saying these things to her, he vanquished her pride. So Krishna, he always tries to take away the pride from his devotees. So in this way, by saying these words, though in a teasing mood, uh, Rukmani Devi's pride was being vanquished by Lord Krishna, and after that, Lord Krishna stopped speaking anything. So now Sukadeva Goswami explains, continue here, that Rukmani Devi, after hearing all these such unpleasant words, which hasn't heard earlier from Lord, so she became a bit sorrow, and she was completely in sorrow, in fact, and her voice was choked before saying anything, and she became completely in fear and grief. Okay, might Krishna leave me? He might have some other plans, and her minds were overwhelmed by with unhappiness as well. So just imagine, just by thinking the words what Krishna has spoken, she fell down on the ground, unconscious. And as she fainted, Lord Krishna, uh, he became very compassionate towards Rukmani Devi, and and then Lord Krishna picked her with his hand, and wiped her tears with his own hands, and then he embraced her. And then Lord Krishna uh, got of her when he made her into conscious, and then he says, I was just trying to, you know uh, she consoled her anyway. And he says, oh Vedharvi, do not be displeased with me, do not take, in other way this my words. I know that you are fully devoted to me, and I only spoke these words in jest. So my dear lady, because I just wanted to hear what you would say by hearing all this. So as in a mode of teasing, so Krishna has done this, and now Krishna has, explained his views to Rukmani Devi, saying that the whatever I have spoken to you, it was all because of just teasing, and I wanted to hear what you say. And then and he said, I want to see your angry face, right? So that's how Krishna is actually, it's a loving affair between Mother Rukmini and Krishna. And Sukadeva Goswami says here that, and says, the Lord Krishna says, the greatest pleasure a worldly householder can enjoy at home is to spend time joking with their beloved wives. So by saying this, Krishna consoled to Mother Rukmini or Rukmini Devi. And then Sukadeva Goswami continues saying that, and as she now understood the mood of Krishna, and now she will start speaking about all the points Krishna has told her here. And she was fully pacified, and she gave up her all fear that her beloved would reject her, kind of things. And then Rukmini Devi, she started saying to Krishna. She actually uh, gave all the argument what Krishna told earlier. And she said, remember Lord Krishna said, there is no comparison between we and the kings whom your father and brother was choosing for yours. Right? And she says, yes, there is no comparison. You are correct. How? She said, I am indeed unsuitable for the almighty personality of Godhead. And now she is saying that I am unsuitable for you because you are supreme personality of Godhead. And these are just kings. And I'm not suitable for you. So she is counteracting the point again in the mode of teasing, right? And she said, what comparison is there between Supreme Lord and myself? Even these all kings. And however, Mother Rukmini is again, she's eternal associate of Lord Krishna. And she says, even your, what to speak about this? She said, even your servants, they reject the privilege of royal domination. So, these kings, they have this all these royal things, but your devotees, your servant, they even don't, they want it by their wish. If they have, that's okay, but they reject all this privilege. And by this, she said that uh, as just your activities are transcendental, O powerful Lord, so too are those of your followers. So you are transcendental, so the one who follows you are also transcendental, and you possess nothing because there is nothing beyond you. So she's again, she's glorifying Krishna in a different way. She's saying you possess nothing. That's correct. Krishna told earlier that no, I don't have anything. All our throne has been gone. And now she's saying that you are correct again, because there is nothing beyond you, right? And she says even the great personality like Brahma, they pay tribute to you, and you are abdomen all human goals, and you are yourself the final aim of life. So she is again glorifying Krishna in another way, that you are the final aim of the human being, right? And in this way, Rukmini Devi made her points, and again there is a loving exchange between these two. And she again started glorifying Lord Krishna. She said uh, that the infallible Krishna, let each of the kings you named, because the husband of a woman who ears have never heard your glories. So anyone who would accept these kings who might not have heard about you, so because I have heard everything completely about you, so I'm only attached to your lotus feet. I'm only attached to you, Lord Krishna. In a similar way, she glorifies more. And then she requests, she says that, O lotus-eyed Krishna, though you are satisfied within yourself. And again, Krishna also told that we coward boys, we are actually satisfied by our own self. So in this point, Rukmini Devi is saying that you are satisfied within yourself, thus rarely turn your attention towards me, and that's why you really turns attention towards me. So please bless me with steady love for your lotus feet. So again, she is requesting that please, even actually we all can request to Lord Krishna every day, that please bless us, that we can have some love towards your lotus feet. If we can have, uh, as discussed many a time, that if we can be attracted, if we can be attractive towards Lord Krishna's lotus feet, that's the aim of our life. And then after that, Lord Krishna told to Rukmini Devi, saying that, O princess, we decided you only because we wanted to hear you speak like this. So these are talks Krishna saying again that I've joked you, I tried to tease you earlier, and just I wanted to hear everything from you. And everything you said in reply to my words is actually most certainly true, and everything is correct. And even though Second, by my words, your mind could not be pulled away from me. Though I have tried to tease you in a different way, but still your mind is completely attached to me. And then Sukadeva Goswami conclude this chapter saying that uh, so the Lord, self-satisfied Supreme Lord of the universe, enjoyed with the goddesses of fortune, engaging her in lover's talk, and thus uh, imitating the way of human society. So that's how, though these are transcendentals, both Rukmini Devi and Lord Krishna, they are not from they don't have to do anything in this human society, but still they are imitating like human beings just to give us more knowledge about them, right? And then after that, we enter chapter 61, where Lord Balarāma, he slays down to Rukmī. So Rukmī is the brother of Rukmini. And then Sukadeva Goswami says that each wife of Lord gave birth to 10 sons. And these all 10 sons of each wives, they are all as good as Lord Kṛṣṇa himself. And they have all as if like Krishna's personal opulences. So all are as good as Krishna. Remember we discussed earlier about Pradyumna. So when Pradyumna he came back, he came back to Dwarika. At the time Krishna was not there. So all these the queens, they have thought, oh, Krishna has come just by seeing this. But again, they could see some differences and then say, oh, who is the person now? So they resembles as good as Lord Krishna, right? And then after that, Sukadeva Goswami says that he narrates about these uh, 10 son of each 8 principal queens. So after that, Sukadeva Goswami narrates about these names of all the 10 sons. And then he says, my dear king, the sons of grandsons of Krishna's children numbered in the tens of millions, and 16,000 mothers gave rise to this dynasty. So it's again, you can imagine this whole population of all Yudhu dynasty over there. And by hearing this, Parikshit Maharaj said that how could Rukmī? So what happened? This Pradyumna, he also married to Rukmavati. Rukmavati she is the daughter of Rukmī. So Parikshit Maharaj asked a question here, because Sukadeva Goswami explains about all these sons of these 8 principal queens and also their marriages. So Parikshit Maharaj asked a question again. He says, how could this Rukmī, who give up his daughter to his enemy's sons, because Krishna is again enemy of Rukmī, so how this marriage happened? And then Sukadeva Goswami continued that at a Swayamvar ceremony, so Rukmavati, she actually chose Pradyumna. And who was actually we discussed that Pradyumna is again expansion of, from Pradyumna comes the Kamdeva. So he is also the embodiment of Cupid, and Rukmavati, she chose Pradyumna as his husband. And then although he fought alone on a single chariot, Pradyumna defeated the assembled kings in the battle and took her away. So Rukmī don't want it, but again there was a fight, and Pradyumna, by defeating everyone, he taken away this Rukmavati as well. And then Aniruddha has a marriage ceremony, so what's going on, and this also I think Aniruddha, he married with the granddaughter of Rukmī. And this king of Kalinga asked Rukmī to invite Balarāma for a game of dice. So first Pradyumna married to Rukmavati, and then Pradyumna son, again he said Aniruddha, he is marrying to granddaughter of Rukmī. And there was a king of Kalinga, he instigated to Rukmī to saying that Balarāma, he is not good at the game of dice, and so call him and make him lose and insult him. That was his plan. So by hearing this plan, again Rukmī has the intention of bad thoughts about this Krishna and Balarāma. He was anyway envious, so he thought, yes, it is a good idea to make them shame here. So Rukmī, he called Balarāma, and there was a match happened, and for the first 2 times this Rukmī he owned, and he by winning this he laughed a lot, and he said, okay, you do not know how to play this game and these kind of things, he told. But at the third time, Lord Balarāma owned the match. However, when he won, he claimed, I own this third match, but still this Rukmī, he said by cheating, he said, no, you haven't owned it. And there was a omen from a sky, the voice came, he said, no, Balarāma has owned it. But still he didn't said that you own it. But at the time, Lord Balarāma, he got angry, and then he killed Rukmī. So as when Rukmī was being killed by Balarāma, Lord Kṛṣṇa was personally there. However, he neither applauded, he neither protested, because there are both, like Kṛṣṇa is brother is Balarāma. So Balarāma has killed Rukmī. He can't glorify now, because Rukmī is again his brother, brother of Rukmiṇī. So in this both way, Kṛṣṇa has become quite composed, and he didn't neither enjoyed or neither he says anything about this. So that's how the question asked by Parikshit Maharaj, that how Rukmī was being killed, and then Kṛṣṇa, Sukadeva Goswami explained that Balarāma actually killed Rukmī, because he was just trying to cheat Balarāma, and he was doing an offense towards Balarāma. So that's how we end chapter 61, and we'll continue from tomorrow about chapter 62, where we'll see the other marriages, like the Usa and Aniruddha, and how this dynasty has grown more and more. Also, there are so many demons are being delivered and being killed as well. We'll stop here. Anyone have any questions, any thoughts? Hare Krishna.
Probably just one question. Now that Krishna Bhagwan's wife is Rukmiṇī Devi, but why we do not worship like Krishna and Rukmiṇī? Why it's always Radha Krishna? Like all the other avatars of God, like Vishnu and Lakshmi, or be it Ram and Sita. Why not Krishna and Rukmiṇī? Why always Radha and Krishna? I know it's transcendental and all that, you had explained it, but don't you think even Rukmiṇī Devi should be getting her due in terms of like she was his wife and lawfully wedded wife is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So we do worship Rukmiṇī Devi and Krishna. So if you go in Maharashtra, Pandharpur, there is a very, 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 very wonderful temple of Vitthal Dev and Rukmiṇī Devi. So that's how Krishna has come in Vitthal Dev, and this Rukmiṇī Devi are worshipped in that form, Rukmiṇī Devi and Vitthal Dev.
Right, but like the popular belief is always Radha Krishna. I mean, Rukmiṇī Devi is like only people who have got in-depth knowledge about Krishna would know actually Krishna's wife is Rukmiṇī Devi. Otherwise, also always like Radha Krishna, even in everywhere. So that's what.
Even it's been described in Bhagavatam that this all the gopis in Vrindavan and all these 16,108 wives in Dwarika, they are all expansion of Srimati Radharani. So we were discussing about Gopi Gita, we understood that the extreme position what Radharani could enjoy the pleasure of Krishna, so devotion, that no one can actually understand it, or neither no one can reach that position. So that's how Krishna Radha is being worshipped with Krishna more oftenly and more popularly way.
Then why didn't Krishna marry Radha?
Sorry?
Why didn't Krishna marry Radha?
Why Krishna didn't marry Radha? Yeah, that's a very, very wonderful question, Prabhu. So, that's again in a depth described very nicely that Krishna, how can someone marry with own self? So Krishna and Radha are actually just two bodies. Krishna's eternal potency is Radharani, Right. So Krishna expanded as a Radharani, and just to enjoy this flavor of mood of conjugal love in Vrindavan. So even that's how it's been described, that how I Krishna didn't marry Radharani, because they are just one. They are just one, and in this pastime, they wanted to go more into depth of this relation as paramour love. Right. That's how, where we see Krishna doesn't marry Radharani, but Krishna and Radharani are both same, though they are more depth point in that. But I'm not that qualified to speak on this point, but I'll try to share someday. We'll discuss it again. As I said, just 1 second. Let me remember one of the verse. It says, just 1 second. I think I have. So there is a verse. There is a verse in, I think it's in Padma Purana. It says about Radharani. It says, who is Radharani? He says, Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam. Satyam 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 Punah Satyam Satyam Eva Punah Punah. Bina Radhike Prasade Mat Prasado na Vidyati. So that is how Krishna and Radha are kind of, it's like the same thing. Both are, I'm not able to express the things, but both are the same thing. Krishna and Radha, there is no difference, but the Krishna has taken another form, as we discussed, Krishna and Balarāma. So Krishna and Balarāma are the same. Krishna's first expansion is Balarāma. However, Lord Balarāma plays a role of a devotee. He always tries to be servant of Lord Krishna. In a similar way, that's one way of how Balarāma serves Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. In the second way, Lord Krishna expanded himself as a Radharani, and they are having this loving affair with them. Right. So both are the same personality. There is no difference between Radha and Krishna.
Okay. I somehow agree to what you're saying. Yes. Right.
Anyway, I'll try to go in an elaborate way, because it's very short time to describe about Radharani completely, but we'll discuss about this sometime. And as I feel, even I'm just getting nervous to speak about this topic, because Srimati Radharani is the topmost devotee, and no one can actually reach there. And to be honest, to be very honest, let's see this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'll tell just one thing over here. The good point you came, and also thanks for I'm reminding you one point, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has came here, he is called as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, right? Gauranga. Gauranga means Krishna has a blackish complexion, isn't it? Krishna is Shyama Sundar, Shyamalaranga, cloudy form. And he has come in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Krishna himself, but as called as Gauranga or Gauranga. He has come in the mood of Radharani as a devotee to understand the love or affection of what she experience by serving Lord Krishna's lotus feet. Even that expression or that feeling Krishna could not understand. That is why he has came in the form of Radharani as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He himself transformed himself in the form of Radharani. The body is you can say Krishna's, but he has taken another kind of what we say, another form on top of this his body as Srimati Radharani, to understand that love what Srimati Radharani experiences. So the love what Radharani experiences cannot be even experienced by Sri Krishna himself. That's why he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to experience that love. And that is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, just by becoming a pure devotee of Lord Krishna through Radharani, we can get her. Like as this verse says, Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam Satyam Eva Punah Punah. Krishna is saying, what is this? The supreme truth. What says? Bina Radhika Prasade Mat Prasado na Vidyate. Without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, no one will able to understand Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa. So that's why another point over here. that if you see in ISKCON, every temple has Radha Krishna or Gaurnitai or Jagannath Baldev, but the name, see, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Gokulanand, right? Radha Madhav, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind Dev. In every temple, Krishna has different names. Radhika Vallabha, Gopi, Madhava, Govind, other. As many temples, as many Krishna's name. However, one is common. That is the name of Srimati Radharani. So Radha Rani is common at every temple. Radha Madhav, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Vallabha, Radha Gopinath, whatever name you say. So that is how the essence is to understand Krishna through mercy of Srimati Radharani. That makes sense. I think it's a very small discussion, but I try to provide these points.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for bringing these questions. It gets more and more into the thoughts.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Śrīla Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.